What's good? Back with another Fair Shake review. And this time we're going to be talking about NIKI's Moonchild. This is the first album from NIKI. I guess Zephyr was kind of EP length, but yeah, Moonchild, debut project from NIKI, and let me just start off by saying it is good. It is so good. So good. And she definitely continues to spread her wings musically. Like everyone at 88 Rising, it seems to be like branching out to expand their creativity, and this is no exception. NIKI came through with a very interesting combination to me of artists. Like it kind of feels like regular NIKI mixed with some Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish. Like I got those kind of vibes throughout the whole thing, save for one song where she hits the funk route with Celine, which is my favorite. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that's my favorite track. Like, oh my gosh, like that song is just such ear candy, and it is amazing, and it's so fun and irreverent, and I love it. It's my absolute favorite track. But this whole experience happens to be kind of like a bit of a storyline of the Moonchild. And so the first four songs are kind of like the first phase, then the next three are the second phase, excuse me, then the last three are the final phase. And a lot of the singles end up coming from the first and second phase here. So Switchblade, the very first single that dropped, really kind of starts off the storyline, if I'm correct, because Wide Open, the forward, is kind of, like an actual story's forward, where it's just kind of like a preface before you begin the story. So Switchblade was the first single. The next was Celine. After that was Lose. And then they've had a couple like visualizers of some of the other tracks, and they continue to release that as I'm doing this review over the course of time. But yeah, so let's start going through the whole project. Wide Open is fantastic open. Like it really is nice and moody, and you really get to kind of like that warning of the world that they're in. And yeah, it's so good. Then Switchblade was the one that made me go, oh, this, like, because when this first was released, I was like, oh, she's definitely going kind of a different route. She's exploring some different sounds. And I felt like she was doing that a bit with Let's Take This Downtown. I felt she was kind of exploring some new sounds there. But this one was still even yet a new sound. And like the music video is gorgeous with all the effects and everything. The Lose video that follows up on that is also really beautiful as well. But yeah, it was a very kind of alternative poppy, art poppy kind of song, and I was like, yo, I dig this. Like I wasn't feeling it as much as some of the other stuff that she released previously, but it was definitely cool hearing her go this more synth heavy route. It's more atmospheric in nature, with a bit of driving bass here and there. I mean kick drums in there. But yeah, it was cool. And then Nightcrawlers. This was one that really gave me some Billie. Like there's a few songs in here that give me real heavy Billie Eilish vibes. This is definitely one of them. Like Nightcrawlers was just like, this seems like straight out of like When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? Like it sounds like that kind of vibe with the alternative pop tune here, and I was like, yo, this is interesting. Then Celine, which I mentioned before, just that nice funk with the funky bass, the horn lines throughout, and the singing in it, and just her voice just sounds so perfect for it because her her lighter tone, um, and delivery, and then even just kind of the bit of breathiness she adds to her performance is just perfect in this. It's just perfectly executed. And so yeah, and it just really set the scene of how the moon, the goddess of the moon, Celine, is just decides to take over. But yeah, that is so good. Tide. Tide is a really pretty track, that really goes deep into that theme very much with the waters and the ocean and all that good stuff as well. That I thought was pretty cool, just kind of dealing with how you deal with the world, if I'm remembering the lyrics correctly. Then Pandemonium would probably be my runner-up for favorite track. It's another kind of Billy-like song, and it even has like a switch up halfway through, and that it's very sad. This is a sad, like, realistic kind of song where it's like, where it's just like, yeah, we're all just dying, slowly dying, but we keep going anyway. Yeah. So it's a bit of a bleaker, I think, take of kind of like how Nightcrawler's is, where Nightcrawler's is like, yeah, things are messed up, we can get hurt, but we're gonna go anyway. We're gonna do what we do because that's the generation we're in. But Pandemonium's just like, yeah, we're all gonna die. It sucks, doesn't it? But yeah, I've really dug that. And the only thing to me that kind of takes away from that song is kind of like the different kind of like voice messages, where it seems like like little bits and pieces of like voice conference calls and stuff like that at the very end, where it's just kind of all overlapping for a little bit for maybe about 20 seconds. It's like those little last about 15-20 seconds that seem a little long for the end, but it's still a great track. The song itself is amazing. Then Lose is such a touching song about really trying to fight for love and trying to make it work, and even though it seems like real love isn't something that's attainable, yet she's still going to try and fight for it and not lose the game of love. And yeah, it's really great, and the music paired with the music video, it's even better. So really, really great ballad. That was supposedly done in one take, according to one of her posts about the song. So it's cool. Then Plot Twist is a song that really makes me think more on the Taylor Swift side of things, where it's kind of like a nice, touching love song about how things normally you feel like you can expect everything in life, and for even love to not work out, but sometimes you feel like you found someone that actually you can make it work with, and therefore that person has become the plot twist in this character's life. And I think that it's a pretty nice track. and gave me T Swizzle vibes. Um, and if there's nothing left, then at least I got you. That's, the rest of that sentiment there, and that also gave me slight T Swizzle vibes. And I feel like even like Switchblade gave me kind of like something I might hear um, from like Reputation slash um, even Lover era. Like I feel like that will give me a bit of like that glitzy poppy sound that T Swift can get into sometimes. And then Drive On um, is like subject matter wise is a very nice closer. Very like it's just talk about trying to continue on with life despite the hardships and drive on. And it's delivered in this almost folky kind of song. And like you really feel like, oh, this seems like this could be like an old school kind of country song without it being country. That's why I say more so folk. And so this would probably be like folklore Taylor Swift. But yeah, but the writing throughout the whole entire project is pretty cool. I dig a lot of it. Some of the lyrics make me go, I don't, not sure if that was the best way to phrase this. And then there's some of them are just like, I have no idea what you mean by this. Like chariot skid marks behind my eyelids. Interesting imagery. I don't know what it's supposed to mean, and that happens to come from my favorite song. But it's if you are better at interpreting poetic language, excuse me, than I am, then maybe you'll enjoy it much more than I did. But as a whole, I feel like this project is very, very solid, a very great project to be like the official debut album, since she has released definitely a few EPs and singles. So if this is like the debut album, then this is very, very strong showing of what to expect from her, which is just continuous experimentation and growth, fantastic writing, great from great lyrics to great melodies to great production. Like it was very varied. There's a lot of variety in the sounds, and yet she was able to go over all of them with great ease and not sounding out of place. And I think that is a testament to her talent and skill. And I cannot wait to hear more. But yeah, her growth as an artist has just been awesome to watch, and I can't recommend this project more if you dig yourself some alternative pop music, because it's not like your typical pop, like radio pop music. So yeah, if you dig but yeah, I feel like if I was ever gonna suggest this to somebody, I'd be like, just imagine the combination of Billie and T Swift, and just put it all together and mix it up, and then add like a small splash of funk in there, like a small bit of R&B influence, because she's definitely got that, and then you'll probably really, really dig this. And that's right up my alley for me. So yeah, that's all my thoughts on this project, Moonchild. Tell me what you guys thought down below, and until next time, much love, peace, breeze.